Is this mic on? Hi, tea sippers. I'm back. Let's spill that tea. Bitch, get your cup.
If she did a cycle 25, Miss J, would you be a part of that? Would you go back, Mr. J?
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, if we're going to be real, I mean, I could ask the audience. I mean, y'all watch the doc. Look, I don't think I'm getting that phone call. And no shade. I just think, honestly, no, I'm being serious.
It's true. It's
I just, like, look, when she does interviews, for years, people go, she doesn't speak about you. That's because I'm on the list of, she's been to the show. It's on a list. She's not allowed to talk about me. People are not allowed to ask her about me. So do you think she's going to ask me back to the show? So I don't have to worry about that, unfortunately.
Girl, you don't have to worry about it. Welcome to an all-new episode of Clock the Reali-Tea. This is your host, Mark Midwestern, honey, and you know I bring it to you every single time. And this time we're diving into reality check once again because now I have to get y'all together. First of all, what is with all this Tyra hate? Oh, all the drama that came out from this documentary has started circulating and now people have an opinion. Let me get y'all. First of all, let's really dig in, baby. I will defend Tyra Banks because I'm a real ass bitch. I will also be watching Psycho 25 to answer Miss Sherry Shepard's question. And they can be as shady as they want on their little tour of Tyra hate, but she provided platforms and opportunities for them who are sitting on that couch, as well as for many around the nation. But let's not forget about all the sexual assault allegations, all the bullying that happened on the show, and the blatant disrespect to the contestants. Obviously, that has to be acknowledged, and I think all of them deserve opportunity for recognition and clearing their name. Now, I don't know if that means Tyra Banks has to tap in and provide some clarity, but, you know, they don't have to accept her apology. They don't. But I will say to Miss Tyra Banks, girl, we're all talking. We're all talking, and this is what you girls fail to realize. Tyra Banks is an icon, and let me tell you why she's an icon, and not an ex-con. There have been white men in the reality TV industry forever, and the backlash they received was very apparent, but were they ever canceled? No. They got the opportunity to have their shows for season after season after season, and then die, child, like Jerry Springer. But let's get into what Tyra Banks is doing. This is called reinvention, bitch. And if you hoes aren't ready for it, get into it. So we have to learn from the past in order to not repeat it, which is why you shouldn't cancel books. But most importantly, everybody can go around and binge America's Next Top Model on any platform that they have, child. That does not mean that the hate train is building because of that. It's a cult following, and I'm part of that cult. I remember America's Next Top Model when it first came onto the show, onto the the television, babe, and everybody was glued. It was something different. You saw other kinds of beauty. It wasn't specifically white girl. Clock, clock, clock. It was black women, plus size girls. Even with that in mind, there is a lot happening because people don't like change. And I think Tyra was on a cusp of what that looks like. People were challenging her. People were questioning, why things were happening, even while she was a producer. And threatening to keep her off the air, which y'all hoes failed to realize. Being a black woman on TV in general, and even in the fashion industry, I assume has a lot of hurdles that you have to hop through. And part of it is not saying no. And I think Tyra learned to say yes. And what we fail to realize is that sometimes people make mistakes. Okay? And Tyra Banks is one of them. Now, I'm not saying she copped to it the way that people want her to cop to it, but you hoes ain't copping to nothing. Because y'all just sit down and watch the Tyra Banks show. Very, very hard, baby. The gays will flock to her audience. What's tea? Y'all used to love Tyra Banks. Y'all used to love Life Size. With Lindsay Lohan, babe. Get off of Tyra Banks' neck. And get prepared for Psycho 25, bitch. Because it's here to stay. And you hoes are going to be mad. Ha ha, y'all mad. And she's going to be collecting a check while y'all over there looking basic as fuck, forgetting who had an impact on reality TV. Miss Tyra Banks.
I will never fail to thank Tyra.
Yeah.
What Tyra set out to do in this business, I will always say, and especially for top model, initially, she set out to change the world, to change what the modeling industry looked like, sound like, felt like, and expected.
Yeah,
and she did that for me.
Served as a launch pad for projects like BET's All the Queen's Men.
Yes!
Fifth season, by the way.
Can you believe
What
that?
can we expect from your character?
Industry standard looked like one thing. So she couldn't protect everybody, nor did she own the show. Now, and I'm not saying that the show didn't do terrible things, because it did. But I just want to think about it in the context of which it happened. And there were battles that she was fighting, because you always think about the long game. I want this show to stay on the air. I want more black women to come on. I want more plus-size women. You remember Isis? When Isis came on the show, Isis was trans, I believe. She would not have made it on season 1. They would not have let her be on that show. But what we know now, we love the trans community. We accept our skin now. But back then, when I tell you the battles, people don't understand. When we are in power, the battles we gotta fight that you will never know about. Never.
It's like, okay, y'all are mad. We get it, y'all are mad. And it's a whole integrity thing. I understand the integrity tea of it all. Like, girl, like, you sitting over there acting like those girls weren't impacted, their mental health, all that. But Eva and Sherry laid it out perfectly. As much as y'all want to hate on her, what's the tea? What's the tea? Like, the world saw it in Tyra. Why couldn't Tyra see it in other girls? Now, production, Tyra, you and your production or whatever, y'all got to figure that out on y'all own. That's none of my motherfucking business. I will say it's a disgrace to see that girl was sexually assaulted like that when she said, "Get your hands off me." Absolutely not. That wanted to make me smack the fuck out of everybody. But here's the thing. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good. And you also have to understand that this was a competition show. These girls came in here to make TV, and in the early 2000s, it was with any means necessary. I'm not excusing anything, and I'm definitely not blaming no damn victim. So don't y'all write me and act the fool. But I will say that this is a competition show, and let the best one win, baby. And the way that Tyra had to pitch the show, how she was told no, but then one network, the UPN, decided to take a chance on Tyra Banks. Girl, the rest is history. Formats were stolen. Hello? MasterChef, Child, American Idol. When they add another judge to make it kill, baby. RuPaul's Drag Race, babe. Let's clock. She created a wave of reality TV in terms of getting diversity on our screens in more ways than y'all want to realize and y'all want to cop to. But if y'all don't want to cop to it, that's on y'all. Y'all could be in y'all little white bread world all y'all want to, child. But I'm gonna say rye bread. But look, some of y'all act like that. But anyway, get off of Tyra neck and stay into the tea, because there's more to get into. Alright, tea sippers, let's shift gears before I end up cussing y'all out. Oh, I mean, not y'all, but the people who are coming for Tyra Banks. I will start with Scamanda, babe. Miss Scamanda. Y'all saw that documentary on Hulu? I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. She's giving fraud alert, like I said last week. But, y'all better, let me tell y'all something about Amanda on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Something is happening. There's dynamics shifting, like I said last week, but something specifically is happening with Amanda in terms of how they are producing it to obviously for the villain edit, but she's also giving young new wave, unbothered, Dorit, be quiet, girl. She's giving, okay, since y'all not gonna come in here and stir the pot, let me go ahead and do it. This is not another nice season of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Y'all did not hire me for no reason. You're not going to get loud with me in my home setting. Rachel, Dust. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Dorit. I've seen the show. Shut up, bitch. That's what she gave me. That's what Amanda is giving me, and y'all need to take a listen.
How'd you feel last night?
I felt good in moments.
My best advice to you, and you can tell me to off, is that if you say something, say it right away. And just, yes, I said that.
I hear you. Own it quickly.
I've had a hard time in this group because my personal life was so turned upside down, and then there was a lot of judgment around it.
The people you've known a really long time.
Yeah, and it did not feel good at all.
Right.
It's an odd thing to be vulnerable and to be open, but we want to know about the cult. She told us she was in a cult. So she opened up this line of conversation and questioning.
I thought you ran away from a cult.
I did.
A cult?
What kind?
That's a whole different story.
We can absolutely get to that anytime. I mean, I have an open book anytime.
Like, how bad was it? What was it about? How did you get in? How did you get out?
From the beginning?
Yeah, I want to know,
From
like,
the
what's
beginning.
going on so I can go talk about you later behind your back.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Erika, be quiet. Anyway, y'all, so she went on to explain the code and to Erika, who was acting like she big sister for some reason. Erika, what is going on here? I'll wait for Erika for, like, when I get into the Denise tea. But I will say, Amanda, she's right. She's right. You're learning a group, so you don't know, but when someone says the cult, newsflash, I've read your book, girl, that's your opportunity to capitalize. Why you sitting around acting stupid? Why you sitting at the table like, oh, yeah, I can tell y'all about that anytime. Girl, now's the time. We're all here at the table. Champagne is flowing and so is the wine. Get to it. Get to it. And she decided to not get to it. And I don't blame her, because Amanda is very calculated. She wants to do things on her own watch. It seems like she invites girls over independently to get to know them. Boom, boom, boom. She comes into the group, clean slate, not looking for conflict, but having an opinion. And some of the girls don't like Dion. Y'all know Bows don't fuck with it. Y'all know Bows don't fuck with it. She said, listen, Miss Amanda, you're young. And I'm Bows. And I own half of this company. That's what Bows is giving me. And I am really liking Sutton's vibe this season, because she wasn't afraid to be like, Amanda, like, girl, when you say something, own it. But Amanda gave us TV and said, you're my home. And I don't like that accent, Bobby. Babe. Amanda was ready for Sutton. So I can't wait to see more exchanges between them. I will say, the interesting part of this episode was the sit down between Denise, Erika, and Sutton at the end. Girl, I was capped. I'm like, girl, he hit the fuck out of you. What is wrong with men putting their hands on people? Stop putting your hands on people. What's wrong with y'all? That's all I'm gonna say about that. Y'all need to stop doing stupid stuff, because I don't play about Denise. Bravo, fucking bravo, Denise. I don't play about my girl. And hopefully this was a soft launch to get her back on the show and replace Kyle. Hopefully this was her soft launch to get her back on the show to replace Kyle, so we can go ahead and give us a new Beverly Hills cast, like I've been said. Hopefully that's what it was. And I appreciate the support from Erika Jayne, because as much as Erika has been pissing me off this season by not being a girl's girl to the read, girl, she sat up there and got vulnerable and said, yeah, somebody was beating my ass too. And the thing is, to say that somebody was putting their hands on you, that takes a lot of courage. You don't have to say shit. But it was the perfect opportunity for Erika to just be open and be herself. And I saw a little bit of inkling of that with Erika when she was in Amanda's house. She seemed more like herself, going into Erika's house in her situation, about to sit down and be big sister. But anyway, so I'm going to give Erika another chance. Kyle, hang it the fuck up. I still don't know what it's giving or why, but I do know that the girlies are trying to rally and create this dynamic, and either on your watch or not on your watch. And I do believe we're getting somewhere. We're also keeping the doors open for some newbies and some crossovers. And I will continue to say, pluck Jackie Christie up on this show now. I want to see drama. Pluck her on the show and go ahead and bring over Heather Dubrow for a visit, as a friend, or as a housewife. Right after this season, right after she get done cussing out Tamara and Vicky, I want to see Heather in Beverly Hills. I want to see Fancy Pants shut it down. Her and Rachel will get along really well, but Miss Amanda, Scamanda? Girl. Scamanda is giving me something different. Scamanda is giving me, I bought Kyle's house and y'all mad, and I don't know why y'all mad, because I have my own business, and I know you might not understand my business, but I don't, all the other shit she's trying to talk. No, girl, you here to stir the pot. On your truth. You're here to stir the pot and be one of the new girls and open the door for more new wave housewives in Beverly Hills, because it's about time. It's about time. I don't know what that's going to look like. Bo's journey with her daughter, with IVF, but also the conversation she had with her daughter sent me all the way to Heaviana, because Bo's, that is so good. You and your daughter having an exchange on camera, a healthy, positive exchange. After we just saw Jackie Christie, her daughter, fight and beat the shit out of each other on Basketball Wives. Go ahead and bring Jackie Christie over here so you can learn from Bo's, babe. It's giving. This season with the Diamonds is giving me what I need. It was a slow burn, slow start, but it's giving me exactly what we need right now. I'm hoping storylines starting to tighten up, and somebody needs to get cussed out. I'll let y'all figure out who that should be, but somebody needs to get cussed out in an episode. And I want Scamanda to do the cussing. I want her to just go in on them. Girl, your diamond secure for me. Alright, tea sippers, let's keep it going. So, first thing I want to say is that you all need to be aware of the 24/7 confidential helpline, right? For anyone who's experiencing any kind of abuse whatsoever. And you can also text START to 88788. And the number for the National Domestic Violence Hotline is 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 7233. Again, 1-800-799-7233. Okay, tea sippers, let's shift gears and talk about the traders, because a lot happened. And first of all, they had my girl Natalie completely played. So go ahead and listen to this.
I think, Natalie, you're talking about like our car ride, our conversations.
You had a theory and we bounced off each other, but now you're very quiet.
No,
let me finish. Can I finish?
Sure, of course.
I put my guard down coming in this morning, but obviously I was taken advantage of, I feel like. Yeah, by you, that's what I feel. You don't think so?
No.
This is what for me is really messy.
Right.
I'm willing to go against a guy that I've fucking backed up day one on this journey. Listen, let me finish. Putting his name down on the table is hard for me. Nobody else has been fucking difficult for me to put on the table. I was open and willing to go there today, but you come in here and you're like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, what?
Wait a minute, Johnny, we need to speak up here.
I listened to you guys having this conversation, and I said, like, the numbers would have to look like this. But I have never committed today either way.
I just am sketched out by how easily you so go from one to the other.
And Natalie instantly became my favorite faithful, baby. She clocked that tea. She said, I am so, like, bewildered and befuddled by how easily convinced y'all are. Girl, clock their ass. Okay? And then when they were going around the round table, she said, Johnny, before you even write my name down, don't even say sorry. I don't want to hear that bullshit. She had a key with y'all. She laid out evidence that Rob was a traitor. And y'all still had the audacity to do a unanimous sweep of writing her name down? The faithful's lost. The faithful's lost. Now are y'all convinced that the traitor is Rob? Or are you just randomly going to say it's Mark Ballas? Tyra and Johnny, what are y'all doing? Look. If this doesn't turn around to Tyra and Johnny having this secret faithful alliance and turning on all the other girls, I don't know what to do. Because right now the traitors can go ahead and kill another faithful and make it to the finale and win a competition. Because y'all decided to sit around this round table and not listen to people when they're dropping little nuggets. When Natalie said, I think what Candace said was a nugget about Rob. And y'all still not listening to the dog. So guess what y'all have to do? Lose the game. The traitors won. And here's the thing. Obviously, we don't know if the traitors won yet, because that's not until the next episode. But I will say right now, the cards are right in front of us. And the way they're dealt, it seems like y'all have been set up to play chess. Right? But actually, y'all are the chess pieces to Rob and Eric. Eric sat at that round table and didn't say a damn word. Child, how are you expecting to stay in a competition? Are you just expecting to be, handheld to the finale? If I was Rob, I'd throw him under the bus too. Girl, how did y'all let this happen, faithfuls? Listen, and here's the thing. Maybe this is just another year of the faithfuls not doing a great job in terms of like working together. But the traitors had a little moment where they weren't all on the team as well. But you know, one traitor had one specific agenda, which is Rob, is to win the competition by any means. It doesn't matter who's his colleague or who's on his team or who's a traitor. He was gonna pluck the girls out one by one. And let's talk about Mara. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. Mara, the only reason why you in this game still is because Rob is using you to get out other people in the competition. And he has to have a loyal, faithful following. And you are part of the original loyal, faithful following to Rob. Oh, I don't know what I would do if he... Girl, shut up. Weird ass. You making me think that you and Rob got something behind the scenes. Okay? Because, girl, ain't no way you went to that round table and just was blindly, I just don't see the evidence. And, girl, what do you need? What do you need, Mara? What does Mara need? I honestly, look, if we want to clock it, I just don't think Mara's that bright. Maybe she's just naive and she's just not with it. Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe her, Johnny, and Tara are just alike and they just have no idea what's going on. Which is fine. Then lose the game. Mara's done for me. Mara sat up there several times, was like, oh, you're a traitor. Or however, I don't even know how she talks. I don't know what the accent is. Girl, be quiet. If Mara doesn't get banished, that's really dumb. But if Mara gets saved, that's actually not dumb. Because she's an easier pathway for the traitors to win the competition. So Mara, keep playing your little game as a chess piece for Rob. Because here's what's going to happen. The traitors are about to snatch all the money. And y'all about to be sitting up here looking like, oh, I didn't know, like, I thought you were a traitor. Y'all were off the whole game, faithfuls. Y'all were off the whole game. I don't even watch the challenges anymore. My husband told me that Rob was acting a fool in the challenge and, like, acting like he really needed the shield. And Natalie clocked it and everybody else clocked it, but nobody did nothing about it. Sounds very familiar. Sounds very familiar to me. Okay. Let's hear what Natalie had to say on the podcast with Bob and Rob, honey.
A special kind of badass. When you looked over at Johnny and said, don't say sorry.
Yeah.
When you picked up that card, I don't want to fucking hear sorry. I was like, oh, she's not playing around. And I actually want to take a moment to look at your response to Johnny about to apologize for ending your game. Let's see it.
Johnny.
Don't say sorry, Johnny. When you put up your card, don't fucking say sorry.
Damn. Whoa!
Natalie, I voted for you.
And that bullshit hard.
Oh. You have received the most votes and are banished from the game.
I mean, have you noticed that he says sorry before freaking voting for every single person? If you want to get rid of somebody, just fucking own it, you know? Like, so It was irking me so bad because working with Tara and Johnny were like working with two kids who were on the playground who only cared about playing with each other and didn't care about doing the collective good of the faithful work.
You know, like, you and I have a lot of history together playing these games. Like, I know how you think. I want to hit on that moment because it did feel like you almost felt gaslit going into that round table. Like, you felt like they were on your side and you had numbers, right?
100%. As soon as I tried to get people to rally with me and vote against Rob, and because Tara was so confusing, at that point I was like, she's an amazing traitor. She did this to set me up. So at that point, I didn't even know. Like, I went back and forth. And then once Tara like literally tells me, I know you're not a traitor, but I'm voting for you anyway.
That's
just
crazy.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like,
What's wild is, like,
frustrated.
in the beginning of the episode, it almost felt like the idea was Tara's idea.
No, it was her idea. She just left you.
Sometimes when there's like an outcast at the table, everybody's looking at you like, why are you here? Like, that's how I felt. And it was probably the first time ever I've felt like that.
Clock, Natalie. Listen, she just spilled the tea. She said they're up here playing the game like little kids. Okay? And I think, two things I think. I think production failed to show us that basically while Natalie was rallying her people to kind of vote against Rob, people were also doing the same thing against her. And I think we should have seen a little bit more of that, as well, because they did edit it to focus more on Natalie rallying the troops up to vote for Rob at the round table. And I wish they would have showed us more of that, because that would have actually fit the narrative so it seemed a little less calculated by people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or they did capture it, and Tyra and Johnny decided to show up to the round table and act the fool. If they win the competition, I'm done. This is a weird season of the Traitors now. It started off really, really well. I'm happy to have this podcast because at least the players get to come and talk to Bob the Drag Queen and Rob about like their experience and what the tea was, and we still get a reunion. But girl, y'all gotta come in here and play the game and at least watch the show. One thing I will give, I think Rob watched the Traitors before going onto the show. I think all the Survivor contestants, like Natalie and everybody who's from Survivor, watched the Traitors before going on to the show because they are competitive. Like, they're coming in and competing, you know? Rob from Love Island had a bad experience, I would say, and he didn't blame it on the edit. And I think he had to come in here and play the game well because he wanted his edit to be like, oh, I'm actually a very good traitor, versus how he was perceived on Love Island, child. Which is fine. But here's the thing. I don't need too many more of these. I don't need too many more of these with the faithfuls not having a game plan together and not working together. Because who do y'all think is a traitor? Yo, it's down to the wire now. And the traitors are running amok. It's time to get really, really cute with it. And Tyra, you sat up at the table and got offended personally and changed. Either you changed at the last minute or you were always not voting for Natalie. Because Johnny clocked that tea and said, well, I never was really persuaded either way. I didn't really have, I was just coming in here to vote. Girl, this is a competition and the Survivor girls don't play that. And that's why she said, don't you say fucking sorry, Johnny. I love the traitors if y'all can't tell. And I will say, tune into my next episode because we are going to dive really, really deep into this finale. And we're going to be talking about that reunion because they're going to be bringing the tea piping hot. And somebody is definitely getting cussed out because some people were hungry for that money. Especially Tiffany. When Colton played her, child. I can't wait. Child, RuPaul's Drag Race is back again, and they released a little sneak peek for next episode. Go ahead and take a listen to what the girls are serving us.
Take a breath. I can't even look at you guys right now because I feel really guilty. You did nothing wrong to Vita, and if she was here right now, she'd be telling you the same thing.
It's just the way the cookie crumbled tonight.
Amidst all the tears and amidst all the emotions, I know for a fact that every single girl in this room is looking at Juicy thinking, please do not ever make me lip sync against that woman. Everybody is afraid of Juicy at this point.
So one last time, Vita, 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 you know you wanna eat her.
My journey in this competition has been a roller coaster. I just have to remind myself that to survive every week, you have to be undeniable. And that's what I'm gonna do. Congratulations, Mikey.
Oh my God, Stephanie.
So deserving. Thank you. It's just a taste of what Mikey motherfucking Meese can deliver. My sisters put me in the bottom in Raider Queen, not the judges. And after this week getting the win, I feel even more vindicated about what I'm doing in this competition. I'm really happy I'm in the top.
Yes, darling.
I think we're all really proud of you, and we really were waiting for that moment for you to have, to shine.
So it's a really nice feeling being in the top. I can see some of the girls starting to take notice, look at me a little differently. So now all that's left is to clinch a win.
I'm looking around. A lot of you girls have wins. How many people has wins? Raise your hand. Oh.
So 3 of us don't?
Yeah, we don't. Chronically safe. It's just really confusing because I'm always getting 4.95 star critiques, and then somebody else gets a 5-star critique, and then guess what? Discord's safe again.
Child, the competition is heating up, and it looks like the girls are a little shook because Miss Juicy Love Dion brought it right to that lip sync, baby. She shut it down, and there's no chance of Vita winning that lip sync. I don't care what anybody says. I know we talked about that last week, but I want to mention it again. because next episode I'm going to give you my third queen that I think is going to make it to the top 4 of the competition. But before we get there, pay attention, because Kenya Pleaser is not doing that great, I would say, Hanny. I think she made it through by the hair for her chinny chin chin and did really well in the challenge. But most importantly, listen to Discord, right? Because Discord is up here saying, girl, I haven't won anything. And I think she's going to be a silent surprise for us. I think Discord is going to come out of her shell like she already is, baby, and give us drag extravaganza. And she might make it farther than, I might have thought. But right now, so far, I've selected Mikey Meeks and Mia Starr as 2 queens that I think are going to make it to the top. But tune into the rest of Clock the Reali-Tea, honey, because I bring it to you fresh every single week. Duh. But most importantly, this is your host, Mark Midwestern, honey, and I am going to always give my unfiltered opinion. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Keep listening. Because the more you listen, the better it is for me, babe. Thanks for listening. Bye.